Yo, what's good, YouTube? Zamcrow here, aka Scoop, back with the Pokemon Battle Federation, Season 4, Week number 10, and we're taking on Dallas Star Me, or Dallas Star U, actually. Sorry about that, Ty. Dallas Star U is coached by Poketai 90. He's 3 and 6 with a minus 11 differential, but we are divisional rivals, and I need some wins here to close out the season. We are 5 and 4 with a plus 6 differential, but we need wins, like I was mentioning, to compete with the competition, who is coming up on the other, like the Houston Rotoms. We beat them, but they're gaining some wins here towards the late season. Hopefully, no disrespect, but hopefully they lose and we can win our Week 10 match. And like I said, we're taking on Poketai, and he's got a team of Mega Altaria, Excadrill, Milotic, Blissey, Galvantula, Hitmontop, Ludicolo, Hippowdon, Darmanitan, Aerodactyl, and Yanmega. So pretty scary team. Of course, as always, we have Mega Pinsir, Man-A-Phy, Nidoqueen, Mew, Hydreigon, Cofagrigus, Emboar, Donphan, Electros, Steelix, and Diancie. And we actually dropped Diancie for Miltank at the beginning of the season. So, anyways, to combat his entire squad, we bring some pretty cool sets here. We bring a Swords Dance substitute, Mega Pinsir, pretty much the same set we brought last time. Can outpace the Yanmega, can outpace the Darmanitan, and like his only fly resist is Excadrill, which can be warded down easily, and like Stealth Rock and Life Orb damage. And we have a few switch-ins and like Donphan and Man-A-Phy. So Mega Pinsir can pretty much just clean late game once things like Aerodactyl are gone, once things like Galvantula are gone, and can set up on. Can maybe, like, if the Milotic isn't like packing any investment, can maybe keep a sub up versus that. Unlikely though, but packing the sub in case I can force some switches. I don't think I can force any switches in this match. Now that I look at team preview. So basically, maybe just using Frustration and Quick Attack as like a breaker, or maybe Quick Attack cleanup or something like that. Next up, we have a sub Calm Mind, Scald, Ice Beam, Wakanberry, Man-A-Phy. Near max speed, and enough just like a Mega Pinsir to outpace the Yanmega and the Darmanitan. Neither of which he brings, so I could have actually ran a lot less speed. I do run a lot of bulk investment to where Blissey can't break my sub with a Seismic Toss, and then I got the rest in defense, meaning I can potentially not be 2-hit KO'd by a Jolly Life Orb. Excadrill with Earthquake, if it's late game and he's got Sand Up, I can live in Earthquake and hit him with a Scald. Potentially live 2, but I don't know. It depends, like if I've went for sub or anything like that. Next up is going to be Nidoqueen. I bring Air Balloon again because he didn't bring Sand versus me the first time, so I really predicted him to bring the Sand this time. And I just wanted to be able to not be straight up, Earthquaked by the Hippo and the Excadrill. I got the Stealth Rock, so I can set up my rocks. Probably my lead, especially since he has Aerodactyl on screen. So this is a nice little lead. I also pack the Thunderbolt and Earth Power, Sludge Wave, max special attack, a little bit of speed investment, and then a lot of SPDEF investment, so I can take on Galvantula and take on, I think, uninvested. I can take 2 Scalds from Milotic, I think, and then Earth Power, Sludge Wave, and Thunderbolt hit everything else, like at least neutrally. It hits Thunderbolt hits Milotic and Aerodactyl super effectively. Earth Power hits basically everything else, and then Sludge Wave hits the Mega Altaria and it Okos, no matter his spread, because I do pack the Sheer Force ability. I think Nidoqueen can put in the work, or at least get rocks up so I can put in the work with my other mons, like my Mew, which is a substitute Nasty Plot, Psyshock, Roost variant with the Tanga Berry. Packing the Tanga Berry with substitute because Yanmega and Galvantula both get Bug Buzz and can bypass my sub, and with the Tanga Berry I can easily eat that hit and then return fire with the Psyshock. Again, can't break my sub with a seismic toss because of my investment. So, and like HP investment is very important for a seismic toss to not to be break the sub. Again, outpacing the Darmanitan and the Mega, and then dump the rest in special attack. So I have 52 EVs in special attack. Another just a substitute set that can just put in so much work against his team as long as Excadrill is weakened. And yeah, I guess that's about it for Mew. I really like that set. Thought it was pretty fun. Hopefully I can show it off. Next up's going to be Pythagoras, my boy Grim here, rocking a leftover set with just maximum bulk. I got almost max HP, almost max special defense, and a lot of defense investment. Toxic Spikes, Shadow Ball, Haze, and Pain Split. This is my Mega Altaria switch in. If it goes for the Dragon Dance, I can just haze it because there's no way you can kill this mon in one hit after a Dragon Dance. And if he's a special attacking variant, I do have a lot of SPDF investment, like almost max SPDF investment, and can eat up those hits as well. And start set up Toxic Spikes or Shadow Ball, or like if he sets up Haze, and I can Pain Split. So I think Pythagoras would be a pretty good answer to Mega Altaria. It's also a pretty good answer to the rest of his mons in this matchup anyway. Next up, Donphan. I have an Assault Vest, just almost identical to the last set I brought. A little bit more SPDF investment this time because the Yin Mega actually put in a lot of work last game, and I didn't want that to happen again. But he didn't bring it this time, and he doesn't bring the Darmanitan either, so I'm very happy about that. Earthquake, Ice Shard, Knockoff, and Rapid Spin. Knockoff just to get rid of items. Milotic can switch in on Donphan pretty easily. Hippo can, so just getting rid of their items is pretty nice. Earthquake just for general stab. Ice Shard is to maybe pick off a weakened Mega Altaria, maybe a weakened Mega Aerodactyl, and then Rapid Spin to support Mega Pinsir. That being said, we can hop into the match here, and like I said, I'm going to lead Nidoqueen. I just think it leads pretty well off against this team. It does have the Aerodactyl, so if he has the Earthquake, I am immune to it for this first turn, and I can go for the Thunderbolt here. He goes for the Rock Slide, pops my balloon. That's all fine. Did barely any damage. I could have capped this and seen if Earthquake kills, but I'm actually going to switch into Donphan here, as he does go for the Earthquake and does 23%. And I guess he fears the Ice Shard, and he goes out into Milotic. I do go for the Ice Shard, which I think it was my best play, just in case he wanted to stay in and taunt me or go for Stealth Rocks of his own. I'm going to hard switch into Pythagoras here as he goes for the Toxic. And this is okay because I'm going to set up a Toxic Spike here. I know Excadrill can potentially spin them away, but they're going to be nice to have to force the spin at least. He's going to go into his Mega Altaria. And here I have to make a decision on whether I'm going to haze or not. The first turn I'm not actually going to haze. I'm going to set up another layer so everything's badly poisoned instead of just poisoned. And now I can haze. He's actually going to go for another Dragon Dance. So I don't know if he didn't know Pythagoras got haze or just didn't expect me to have it since I showed Toxic Spikes. And yeah, so I'm just going to go for haze there. And he's actually going to Dragon Dance again as I go for Shadow Ball. So now things are pretty scary because at this range of HP after the toxic damage, he can knock me out with the return. But he goes for the Roost, giving me a second chance in life here. Fate saw it fit. And I'm just going to be able to haze him off here. And here I'm going to go for the haze again because I don't want to let it set up a Dragon Dance as I died a Toxic on my Shadow Ball. And he actually goes out to Mega Aerodactyl. So Pythagoras dies out of Toxic, but that's okay. I can go into Donphan here and scare out the Aerodactyl, and I'm going to double into my Man-A-Phy. And here's where things are starting to get interesting. I'm a sub-calm mindset. So I'm going to substitute up and see what he wants to do. And he's badly poisoned, so even though I'm only Scald and Ice Beam coverage, I can 1v1 this Milotic. He goes for the Dragon Tail. It doesn't break my sub, and I go for the Calm Mind as he goes for the Hydro Pump. So it's not going to break my sub now. I don't know if it would have to begin with, but here I'm just going to start setting up my Calm Minds. Mind over matter, right? He goes for the Dragon Tail again. Still can't break my sub. So now I know I can just sit here and sub up and calm mind up on this thing. And I do have the Wakan Berry if Galvantula wants to revenge kill me or anything like that. Here I'm just going to go for the sub again, I believe, as he switches out. Yes. So here he can break my sub though. So good play on his part to hard switch on Aerodactyl, knowing that I would go for the sub. And able to take him out there with the Scald. And now he's going to bring in Galvantula to revenge kill me. But I do pack the Wakan Berry. And I reveal to be faster. So Scald's able to knock him out. I take little to nothing from that Thunder or Thunderbolt, whatever you wanted to go for. Just go for the Scald here on Hippo. Able to take it out as well. But now he's got the Sand up. Now if he's adamant, Life Orb, Excadrill, it's a roll to knock me out, I believe. But it was a roll I was willing to risk because Man-A-Phy has put in the work it needs to. If he kills me here, I go out to Donphan, click Earthquake. If he goes out to Milotic on my Earthquake, I sack off like Nidoqueen or something, bring in Mew, could start setting up with Mew, or, you know, because I do have the sub Nasty Plot set on Mew, or I could go into Mega Pinsir and just start clicking Frustration and knocks out the Milotic, get 2-hit KOs, Bulky, Mega Altaria, and then Sand Turns would be ending. So my best play here is to just stay in and see what he wants to do, because if he's Jolly, I have a chance to live easily. He just doubles into Milotic here, so I'm just going to go for the Scald. And it almost takes him out, but not quite. And here I'm just going to go for another Scald as he goes into Mega Altaria. No, actually, I think I set up a sub here as he goes into Mega Altaria. So now I have a sub up, and I can just click Ice Beam here. It's an easy Oko. And it's actually a critical hit, but it didn't matter. Having, you know, 3 Calm Minds up. And here I can just click Scald. I will die to the Sandstorm, but I think Man-A-Phy has done its job. And it also leaves Excadrill without Sand, potentially. But it reveals that Hippo was actually Smooth Rock, so he did have 3 extra turns of Sand, and Donphan is able to knock out the Excadrill there. So we pick up a nice clean 4-0 involved, or any hacks that mattered. I think the only thing that mattered was, the only hacks at all was the Ice Beam crit, but it didn't matter. It was easy Oko. So we do pick up a win there, and we move on to 6-4 with a plus 10 differential, and we will take on in weeks 11 and 12, we do face the number 1 and number 2 teams left in the league. Like they both only have 1 loss. We face Goldenrod in week 11, coached by my buddy Skyrise, and he hasn't lost since week 1. And we play the Cleveland Cavaliers, coached by my buddy AAA, who hasn't lost since like week 3 to Goldenrod. So both teams only have 1 loss, and we face both of them. So hopefully we can give them both another loss here, because we need wins. Because if I think it's possible that the Houston Rotoms could, if they win their last 3 games and we don't win any more games, I think they would steal the playoff position from us, which would be very unfortunate. If they lose 1 game though, then it would be, we would both finish with, and if I lost all my games, we would both finish with only 6 wins, and it would come down to differential and head-to-head, which he's gotten a few 6-0s recently, 2 back-to-back 6-0s, so his differential's like really high, even though he has a losing record. So it would come down to differential, and then if their differential's the same, it would come down to head-to-head, and I did beat him, so we would get that. So, anyways, good game, Poketie. It was really fun. Man-A-Phy put in the work. That's going to be that, though. If you liked, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and all the good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.